Hey everybody, how's it going? Elijah with Western Landscape here. Today I'm talking about how much and how to water your newly seeded lawn. So you just got a lawn installed. It's all new seed. There's straw. There's no grass, right? Okay, so you need to get that watered, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So with seed requires a lot of water. The idea is you want to keep it basically moist so that those seeds can germinate. You don't ever really want it to get too dry. What we recommend is watering it twice a day, in the morning and then in the evening for the best results. If it's a drier, if it's a cooler, depending on the time of year. So in the fall, you're probably going to need to water it once a day. In the spring, similarly, if it's raining outside, you can tailor it to those needs. Probably going to need to water it once a day. If we're talking in the heat of summer, you're going to want to water that twice a day, in the morning and then in the evening. Do be careful. You don't want a bunch of puddles. So if you're watering and there's puddles all over the place, you're going to want to shut it down, let that water sink in. What will happen with those puddles is it'll start to move the seed around. So it'll pick up the seed will float, and then it could float away, and then you get little piles of seed. And when you get those piles of seed, the seeds, when they germinate, they sort of fight against each other, and they don't all want to grow up. So you don't get as good of a good germination rate. So you don't want those puddles, because otherwise then it's going to spread the seed around. Or little streams, if there's little streams running through there, you're going to want to shut the water off, wait for the water to get down, and then water it later, later in the day or at a different time. So morning, evening, in the heat, probably once a day, in the spring, and then in the fall, and you should be good to go. Probably takes about a month or so to get that grass really in there, and then you can start to dial back your watering. It is still important to water during that first year. You're going to water at least sometimes, and then depending on whether or not you have an irrigation system or not, you may want to continue watering. Otherwise, you shouldn't need to after that first summer, and once that lawn is established. Additionally, with seed, a lot of times we put those straw blankets down. So what you'll see is you got all that straw laid out. If it's that loose straw, you don't have anything to worry about that. Well, we do get a lot of questions about those straw blankets. So what do I do with that straw blanket and that mesh after that seed has come up? A lot of times there might be something like along the edge. You don't want it to get stuck in your mower. What we recommend doing is just taking a scissors and just cutting that off. If you call us, we could come out and do that for you. Otherwise, those seed or those straw blankets, they will decompose over time. The grass will grow up through them, and you shouldn't have to worry about them. The idea is that you can leave those there and never worry about them again. Some people, though, they try to pull them up as the seed is growing, once the seed has germinated, and you don't want to do that because that can actually uproot your new grass seeds there, and then it can cause them, to not grow. That could really harm your lawn. So don't do that. If you do want to pull them up, just don't. They're there for a reason. They help keep the ground wet when it's warm out, when the sun's beating down on it. It provides sort of like a mulch layer almost, where it keeps some of that moisture down. And then it also keeps, if birds are coming in, they want to eat that grass seed, it helps prevent that as well. And then along with that, it helps prevent erosion. So if there's loose dirt, and you get a lot of rain, that will help keep that dirt in place instead of it sliding all the way down the hill. So that is it for today, talking about seeding and watering. Reach out to our office if you have any questions, and you take care.